I think what people in the investment management industry ought to do is prepare for tougher times ahead. I think this indexing thing is going to run and run and run, and I think that there are wretched excesses in a lot of the well-paid hedge fund and private equity businesses that will in due time result in a lot of troubles that give pain. I don't like it when investment bankers talk about EBITDA, which I translate as earnings. I do not find venture capital's backing of software companies pretty because there's just so much of it. And there's some wretched excess and folly and high prices and so on. It's not a scene that attracts a normal Berkshire Hathaway type. I'm not saying it won't work for a great many of them very well, but there's also going to be a lot of casualties. I think electric vehicles will be more popular than hydrogen fuel cells. Getting the sun's energy transferred into electricity and electricity into the vehicles is basically a good idea for the long pole. And I think all the technology is going to work. I would never buy it, and I would never sell short. Never underestimate the man who overestimates himself. I think Elon Musk is peculiar, and he may overestimate himself, but he may not be wrong all the time. Tesla's sales went up because Elon has convinced people that he can cure cancer. I think the strongest companies are not in America. I think the Chinese companies are stronger than ours, and they're growing faster. And I have investments in them, and you don't. And I'm right, and you're wrong. In China, the ordinary holding period for the individual investor is short. They love to gamble in stocks. This is really stupid. It's hard to imagine anything dumber than the way the Chinese hold stocks. And they're so good at everything else. It shows how hard it is to be rational. But in response to the Great Recession, all the nations of the world have printed money like crazy and have bought all kinds of investment assets. And they've done things that nobody in the economics profession would have recommended on this scale, even 5 or so years ago. And yet, the inflation has been very low. I think we all have a lot to be modest about when we talk about economics.